you want me to
hit live,
All
baby.
right. So we don't got to title it or nothing. Hey,
No, not yet.
Yeah, later.
Ready? Hey, everybody. How are you? Thank you so much for being here and connecting with us. And look who I have in the studio. I got the beautiful Lisa Scott in here. Drove 2 hours to be in our studio.
Almost 2.5.
2.5 hours. Almost got into a car accident.
my goodness.
My girl Lisa Scott here at Genesis Radio Studio in Stroudsburg, PA. My girl. Yay!
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. You
The
have no
power
idea.
of social media. I can't believe it.
We were-
Facebook.
There you go. Facebook, women's empowerment.
Yes.
Great minds think alike.
Yes.
That's what we're doing here. I met Lisa online.
The Y Project.
The Y Project.
Yes, my project I
Your
was
project.
doing. Yes.
And
Yes.
ever since then, she's also
Metaphysician.
a metaphysician,
Blogger,
an
author.
empowerment specialist. She's all of those things. She's gorgeous. Non-stop.
You're gorgeous.
Yeah,
We're
look at us.
gorgeous.
Yay! All this love.
Yes.
So
Feel
what I
it.
want you to do is I want you to introduce yourself. I want you to share with our followers what you do,
Okay.
where we can find you. And just so everybody knows, after she introduces herself, we have a special bonus. She's going to stay. She's actually going to co-host this show with me, which is super exciting. And we have some things we're going to talk about, and some of it might piss you off, and some of it might not. That's gorgeous.
might.
Perfect.
It
It might
might piss
piss
you
you
off.
off.
Oh, my
But
goodness.
Lisa is the voice of reason. And
I
I'm
try
not.
to be. I try to be. Oh my goodness.
So introduce yourself, Lisa. Let the world
So
know.
everybody, I'm Lisa Scott. I am a metaphysician, metaphysical practitioner. I am an author. I'm a blogger. And I met beautiful Diana Bellamy through Facebook, the power of social media. I'm just happy to be here. I do what's called spiritual counseling, and I'm trying to look at both. I'm trying to look at all of
You'll
the
get
media.
used to it.
But I do what's called spiritual counseling. I not any denomination or affiliated with any religion, but I do spiritual counseling to assist people to pay attention to their thoughts. Every single day, all day, we have thoughts going on in our head that we're not paying any attention to. And we're not paying attention to the fact that those thoughts, every single thought has a correlating emotion that happens inside of your body that's telling you what is going on with whether or not that thought serves you currently or doesn't serve you.
Right.
And I assist people to pay attention to that.
I love it. I love it. And I can't wait to, because everybody knows I'm a mindset coach. That's why I guess you and I mesh so well, because for me, it's about where you start, where your mindset is, how you think about things, how you approach things, which will usually determine your outcome of the situation, right? So that's why I find you so interesting, because you come from a whole different point of view. And I love that, because even though I'm out here and I am coaching, I'm also learning. I'm constantly learning.
Oh, we're teacher learners.
Right.
Learner teachers.
That's it.
We
That's
have
it.
to be.
I
We have
agree
to be.
completely. And I think because you do that, I think your opinions are going to be so important in what we're going to talk about today.
Well, I can't wait to hear what my opinions are going to be, actually. Because, and I just wanted to explain really briefly, because I know that a lot of people may have never heard of this terminology, metaphysics or metaphysical.
Right.
So I just wanted to just briefly explain that.
Right.
That usually people that are involved in metaphysics are very interested in the origins of things. They always want to know, okay, well, where did that come from? And then where did that come from?
Right.
And then how did that happen? And then how, so they're very interested in that type of information. We pay attention to philosophy, religion.
There you go.
Sociology, all of these aspects of our beingness here on the face of the earth. So,
and I love the fact that you say this is not religious.
yeah,
This is not religious. It's not pointed to one religion. This is more mental health.
Absolutely.
Essentially,
Absolutely.
right? Basically,
Absolutely.
that's what it is. So
paying attention to your thoughts.
Paying attention to your thoughts. So the fact that she has the stability to talk about different topic subjects, and I'm the more controversial one. I need Lisa in my life forever and ever and ever. So Mr. Scott, I just need you to understand, I need her.
I can't wait till he gets on. He ain't on there yet, but he's gonna be like, because Lisa got an opinion about
everything. And I love that. I love that. Now, last Saturday, I was not able to to make it into the studio, and I'm sorry, I apologize about that. I did get your emails. I am getting all your DMs and inboxes and all that good stuff, but you know, I just couldn't make it. So with that being said, we're back, and there were a couple of things that I posted on social media that caused a little bit of stir, and a lot of my male followers, you know, came at me, and I think it's interesting because I love it when, you know, when my men followers come at me, because they come from a different perspective, and it's refreshing.
It's very refreshing
to see that they're involved and that they do want to grow and learn, and they want to understand a woman's psyche.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's awesome. To me, that stimulates growth. So one of them was the one thing that I wrote, if a woman is hustling harder than a man, then you better believe she's not going to settle for an average dude. So the question was, what is an average dude? What's that sound? Oh, it's bypass. Sorry, everybody. I can hear myself speaking, so I apologize. So, you know, a lot of the men was like, well, what's your definition of an average dude? And, you know, to be honest with you, I never really thought about it. I never really stopped to think about it until I had to go into my library in my brain and also reach out to a bunch of folks and have like a sit down and say, what do you think average is, right? So in opinions of what a bunch of poll of women, average to them, and I kind of agree, is a man who doesn't take risks. A man who is content with where he's at. He doesn't go out and try to empower himself, his life, his mental state, and it's not always financial to me.
No, definitely
right.
not.
It's also emotional and spiritual, and I also believe educational. Like you have to constantly feed your mind, your body, your spirit in order to grow. And I think for me, average is the man who's just content where he is. What is your opinion on that?
Actually, I wanted to ask, I was very interested to hear what your perspective is on what an average. Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I've thought about it.
Like from a man's perspective. I want to hear the man's perspective.
Because I mean, yeah.
I'm just very curious.
A basic man is just going to work, coming home, working overtime. That's basic.
Okay.
You know, just doing, nothing extra, no second job, just basic.
Okay.
Probably
like status quo type.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
But when your wife is making more than you, it's supposed to be a two-way thing from the start. But I wouldn't feel different if she was making more than me. She shouldn't treat me less. If she was making more than me, she shouldn't treat me like she's bigger than me because she's making more than me. Because
I agree with that.
Because when we got into together, so it's the togetherness. But an average, to me, I think is just work and come home. An average guy go to work, come home.
Like nothing outside of the norm.
Okay.
And some people like that. Like OG, what do you think? OG is a part of the Genesis family, and I'm curious what you think about it.
What an average man is?
Yeah, your definition of just an average dude.
I just think, an average is just like he said. I mean, I'm really not much more when you're average. There ain't no such thing to me. I just don't believe in average anything because the universe ain't average.
That's how I feel.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was
we weren't made
that's
average.
How I feel. Nobody's average. But I believe that it's a state of mind of the individual.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So if that individual is perceiving, something that they perceive to be average, then that it's an individual perspective. It's a mindset,
Right.
So I don't believe in considering someone average, but, we definitely have to make sure we're communicating so I can understand where that person's coming from.
Right.
Are they willing to grow? Me, I'm a conversation person. I want to be able to talk to you.
Right.
So
right.
I have a very, I have a different way of seeing things. So for me, not being average is the ability to have a conversation and someone's not looking at me like I have 5 heads.
Agree.
They're willing to engage what I'm saying.
Open-minded.
I'm not saying
right.
you have to agree, But I am asking for engagement.
So the question's back on you.
Okay.
How would you treat your husband if you was making more than him? And would you look down on him? No, or play the bossy role?
Not at all.
No, not at all.
But
That's no. I mean, if you make.
Well, I'm thinking in order for us to even come together and stay together as long as we have been, my husband wasn't average from the door.
Right.
I mean, my mentality, you know, again, I don't like to consider anybody average, but my mentality from the door and the fact that we could carry on this conversation, that, you know, I could have this mindset that is outside of what he's even probably used to hearing or whatever. The fact that he will engage me, the fact that we can have that type of communication.
Right. Agree.
That, you know, I'm like this man right here.
Right. Stimulating.
You know,
it's stimulating.
Exactly,
it's interesting. It's intriguing. Here's the thing, right? Like you said, I mean, again, I'm an educator, but I'm also a learner, a constant learner. I don't like to look at people as average either. I feel like God has made us all so different and just so beautiful and perfect in His image, right? But, and it's, I mean, however, there are some people who will not engage in anything extra, mentally, physically, emotionally, because it takes them out of, it puts them in an uncomfortable feeling, an uncomfortable space, but that discomfort is what creates that beauty. You know, that discomfort is what creates the intricacies of who you are as a human being.
Absolutely.
So for me, when I said that, I didn't mean any offense, gentlemen. What I meant by average was the person who doesn't seem to want to seek outside that comfort zone, that box that they're in, that they are doing every single day. And for me, I'm not going to say every day is a walk in the park or you have to like climb mountains every single day, but I feel like mentally you should try to do something a little different. Physically, definitely try to do something a little different. Not just have the I hate to use the word average, but the same ordinary, same, monotonous lifestyle.
And that takes communication.
It does take communication. It does. And, you know, that's just my perspective. All right. So if any of you took offense to what I meant by that, I didn't mean, because there was a guy who was up there who is a McDonald's cashier. And again, the point was not what you do for a living.
Absolutely not.
It's not what you do for a living. It's not even financial. It's a mindset. It's how you perceive your life and how you move on with your life.
I used to work at McDonald's.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing to have a job.
Just have a job.
It's a beautiful thing
Just
to have
a job. I mean,
you know?
And then, he was like, well, I work at McDonald's as a cashier. And I'm like, that's not my point.
Well, I think part of your question, from what I'm understanding too, is you would want to know from that person: are you happy? Is where you want to stay? I don't take what you were saying as though you were necessarily being judgmental, but
there you go.
Inquisitive about, is there another level? But if there isn't, cool.
Right.
The onus is on me to decide
if that's what
whether
I want.
or not I can be a part of that relationship.
Agree.
So it's not about judging the other person, but where am I at, understanding where you're at, and then if it works
and
out,
if it works out, if it sounds right,
cool.
Then I'll stick around. But if not, it's not, because and by the way, if you guys want to call in, it's 888-304-4401, 888-304-4401. I know there have been a lot of opinions and a lot of misunderstandings, so let's clear it up right now. But I'm grateful that we've had this conversation, and I want everybody to understand that, again, it's not financial. Average to me, again, to Lisa's point of view, we don't want to call anybody average, but the ordinary monotonous state of mind is, to me, average.
But you know what? This is the beauty of this station and this conversation, and for you to even get that feedback, to reassess what you were even thinking, to understand, did I mean that, or did I mean this?
Right.
This is the power of discussion. This is the power of this station. This is the power of, we have to keep talking, because if we don't, we'll get caught up in this terminology stuff, and then the next thing you know, somebody's all upset.
All upset, like, and you're feeling,
that's not. But you always get people salty.
I know, I do.
She gets people salty.
I do. They say I'm militant. I'm not militant.
They being that guy.
Oh.
Yeah, right? I'm
They
just,
got
look,
that zone.
you know, I'm the voice.
But see, they expect you to be soft and pink all the time. And you know,
That's not me.
And you know what? And she
Like
she give
Hello
it-
Kitty?
She give them straight no chaser. They be salty.
Hello Kitty, right? That's not me at
Boo Boo
all.
Kitty, right?
I keep
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
everybody, you know, don't let the long hair and lip gloss fool you. Please don't do it to
She
yourself.
got bumpy
I
knuckles.
witnessed that.
You witnessed that?
I witnessed
Oh
that.
my
She
goodness.
gave me the hiccups. I went to the barbecue. Oh, I witnessed that.
Oh my goodness.
She's walking around with a little kidney sandwich. This guy had a frankfurter roll with a bunch of meat stacked up on it, and she had me crying. She said, "Look at your boy. He got a little kid in his hand." I was crying. I had the hiccups.
You had to be there. Lisa,
Okay.
the barbecues here are
Yeah,
ridiculous.
for real,
They
for
are so
real.
much fun. But we're getting off
Yeah.
topic. Sorry,
Okay,
everybody.
let's get back
Sorry,
on.
everybody. Sorry, everybody. Is Anthony Scott your husband?
No, Rob Scott.
Oh, Rob
the one
Scott.
right there, that's it. That one.
Oh, hi,
Scott
Rob.
just shared your video.
Hello, Mr. Scott.
Hey, Mr. Scott.
I love your wife. I'm going to steal her every weekend.
Yeah, if I don't get in a car accident at the tail
Oh, my
end. Well, now I
gosh.
know. Now I know the
Way to
turn
get
and the
here.
way.
Exactly.
But-
So we're in a little hidden spot in Stroudsburg,
Oh.
Pennsylvania, Genesis Radio. Exactly the way I like it. I don't want nobody come up in here showing up on me because I don't like it. And I got a bunch of goons around me.
Oh yeah, there's
So-
1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness.
Goony goo goos.
the maintenance crew.
Right, the maintenance girl.
Housekeeping.
I love it. I love it. All right. So anyway, let's go up to the topic of that.
Okay.
The next topic, and I'm just trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up and trying to reconnect with folks because of last Saturday that I wasn't here. There was something that I wrote, and it was just for fun. I'm in my car, and there was a song that came on from what's her name?
J-Lo.
J-Lo that said, even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. So I said to myself, does love cost? Does love cost or is it free?
I want to hear this.
Right?
Love don't come for free. That's Janet.
What's the other one? The other one, the women wrote, without J-O-B, if you want to be with me, there's nothing but all but the ring. Exactly.
No finance.
No romance, no finance.
Okay.
So
well, we got to talk about that.
See there? Now, hold up. What position are y'all taking on that?
Well,
Because-
we're going to talk about
Well,
that.
see, I'm going to let Mrs. Scott go first.
Oh, I did.
What is your
I'm going to
point?
get my popcorn. I'll be back.
Now ask me the question again. So I can.
So the question was, does love cost?
Does love cost?
Does love cost?
Well, in what regard though?
That's the thing.
Because I'm thinking love is one thing, money is another thing.
I get it. So,
And
the
it's-
verse was, even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing.
Yeah,
so the question is, does love cost?
No, I don't think it does. I don't think it costs.
It should.
I mean, it costs time. It costs.
There you go.
know,
ding,
it
ding,
costs,
ding. There you go.
It costs that investment in the relationship, but it doesn't cost anything. That's my perspective.
I agree completely.
Okay.
Agree completely.
Yeah,
When
because
I-
other than that, I'm sorry. Because other than that, it's a business relationship.
There you go.
It's a.
There you go.
You know, you're negotiating a contract, and
But it's real life. That's real life.
But that's
Always.
real, and it works for some people. Okay,
It
if it
does.
works, it works.
Hey, listen.
I'm not. Hey,
Let me
if it
tell
works,
y'all
it
something.
works.
I said the sexiest thing a man could do is pay a bill.
Yes.
That's the sexiest man to do. Take your checkbook out
Okay.
and make the water bill a zero balance.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are going to disagree with me, and I'm okay with that, as you all know. For me, there were some comments that came up which I thought was absolutely hysterical. So the woman said, I guess we're going to be eating air, right? So, and you know, no romance without the finance. Love is separate
wow.
than finances. Love is separate than finances. And I think the two are completely separate. I really do. And I believe that people get it convoluted. I believe love costs energy. Love costs trust.
Yes.
Love costs time. I believe that. So when they say does love cost, it does. It does cost. But it's not things, and it's not material things, and it's not financing. However, I also say if you're in a situation and you're single, if you're single, you, as women out there, you make it too easy for these men. You treat them too much like your husband without the husband tendencies about coming back to you.
Somebody just said real love shouldn't cost
money or peace. You know that's
money
right.
or your peace.
That's
all
right.
All right, Giovanna, I
agree.
see you, girl.
Love should not cost money or peace. But it will cost you peace or money if you don't treat it with delicate hands, if you don't pay attention, put the time and the energy, it will cost you money and peace.
That's true.
I promise you.
That's absolutely true.
You
have to be
my
willing to
ex-wife
have
everything.
Exactly. He knows. He knows.
Yeah, but wasn't there? You're saying she took everything financially?
Totally.
Oh yeah, and
So-
beat me up mentally too. You kidding?
That's what I'm
That's
trying
what I was
to
going to
say.
say. It's
Look,
prior to that.
Had me laying in the bed in the fetal position.
Oh,
sucking my thumb.
See? So, but you have to ask yourself, does love do that?
Absolutely.
Or because
It
when
can.
she was doing that, was she doing it from a love point of view, or was she angry and hate?
Yeah,
being
I was thinking about all of the things that were taking place prior to the end result.
Right.
You know, being
Well, I don't remember. It's all a blur now.
right
Okay.
now. It's
okay.
it
Then we
happened
don't
a
want to
while
bring
back.
that back up.
Right.
Then. we want to leave you
The
in
coffin
peace.
is boom closed.
We don't want to bring that
Right,
back up.
exactly. So,
Okay.
does love cost a thing? It costs love. It costs energy.
Yeah.
Time.
Yes.
It costs these things. It costs commitment.
If you're willing to
loyalty.
give it. If you're
Loyalty.
willing.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
If
that's,
you're willing
that's
to.
between
There
two
you go.
willing participants, but you know.
Because
you do-
willing equals the cost.
Exactly.
You know that, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. It still
The-
equates to
it
that.
equates
Yes.
to the because willing is the energy
It
you put
is.
is the cost.
Exactly.
So, but no, love should not be determined financially. So no. So for all of you guys, I answered that question. You guys came hard at me. They were like, "We want to know your opinion, Dan Bellamy." There's my opinion, people. No, love costs, but not money. Love costs a whole bunch of things.
Hi, Linda. I'm just saying hi to some of the people on Facebook.
Hey,
Live
everybody.
here.
Thank you so much for connecting. Again, if you have an
Yes.
opinion, 888-304-4401. Call in. We're going to take a break soon because we have a whole bunch of things to talk about. We still want to get to the Y Project and everything else Lisa's working on. So now that we got that out of the way, Jennifer Lopez, sorry, for using you for this, but we had to do it. Sorry, sis.
Yeah.
The next thing that I thought was absolutely incredible, and my opinion is extremely strong on this end because I am a feminist, and I am a women's empowerment specialist. I'm a mindset coach. And that feminist side of me always takes me to, who are you to tell me what I can do as a woman with me?
True.
Right?
Yes.
So there's this social media posting that came out. Amber Rose versus Michelle Obama. And the question was, it was Amber Rose laid out with her affairs hanging out.
Her affairs.
Her affairs hanging out. And I thought it was very interesting to see, because, for me, I'm like, well, I really want to know what it looks like. I don't want to see the star. So I'm Googling. I'm like, oh, damn.
She did that. You know that phrase? She did that. She did that.
And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So the post has Amber Rose and Michelle Obama. And it splits right down the middle, and it says, she's not empowering woman. She is. Get it right. Right?
Okay.
Hey, Anthony, I see you. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
So my thing is this.
Angela, hi. Angela Brown, Angela Smith. Hi, everybody.
Hi, all the Angelas
Thank you so
and
much
Lindas.
for being here.
My question was, and I do have a steady opinion about it, but I want to hear your steady opinion about it. And then I want some of the guys in the room's opinion about it. And then I'm going to talk about my opinion.
Okay.
So my thing is, Amber Rose did this whole walk about slut shaming. And let me just start by saying, I hate the word slut.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the word bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I hate any word that is derogatory against women.
Absolutely.
Thoughts, all these things.
Absolutely.
Because quite
What is
frankly,
a thought?
A thought is a hoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Another word,
Just
that's
a
a
new
new
word.
word. Because, you know, we're a little old school. So
Yeah.
for us, like, what's that? Like,
What's-
is
what
that a
is
hair
that?
product?
You just create the
you
perfect
smell
opportunity.
Like, did we throw some thought on today?
You just create the perfect opportunity for me
Throw
to
some
ask what is a thought.
No, you don't want to throw no
I'm
thought
gonna throw
on
some
based on
thought,
what
you know, on my baby hairs. So I don't get it. I don't understand.
Oh my
but you know,
goodness.
my opinion on it. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about my opinion. On it.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about my opinion on it because a part of me is it goes both. You know, I always try to play double advocate because I'm like, well. So the thing was, I'm gonna go back to that.
Yeah.
Amber Rose is not empowering women, but Michelle Obama is. Get it right. What is your opinion? I mean, because I know you said you don't really know too much about what Amber Rose is doing.
Right.
Right.
I
so
did.
that's
prior
fair.
to your doing the flyer, and I saw it and I was like, okay. Now my first thought was, well, this is my only thought about it, is that both women are providing a perspective.
I love
Okay,
her. Rob, I
so-
love her. I'm stealing her from you.
Both women are providing a perspective. So, to your point about nobody can tell you what you can do with your body, in terms of empowerment, it's
Tell it out.
Bottom line is you're looking at both of these women, you're looking at both of, you know, how they present themselves. You are determining for yourself what it means to you. You're making a closer judgment, or you're assessing, you know, what you care for, what you like, what you don't like. But it's not, I mean, if this grown woman is out here doing what she's doing, you know, are we asking, has she determined some level of responsibility in terms of, not to say I'm saying she should.
Right.
I'm saying, is she even in that space? Because if she's not, then she's just doing her. She's just doing what Amber Rose does. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's teaching something. You know, we're all quick and willing, you know, to judge something negative or positive.
Agree.
But I just believe that it's teaching us, no matter what it is, it's teaching us something. And it has to do with our own selves. And it has to do with what it is that, you know, what you would do, what you wouldn't do. It's helping you to get closer to what you...
I love that you said that.
Okay.
I'm going
I'll
to write
stop
that
right
down.
there.
I love that you said that. I love that you said that. I love that you said that. And and I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to
I
that
mean,
because I
'cause-
think that's brilliant.
Because judgment is so... I mean, everybody's got an opinion. You know what I mean? Everybody's got an opinion about something. And that's cool. It's cool. But I'm just saying... We're so quick to judge something good or bad, but if we sit back and assess it for all of the worth of what both sides are providing, it's really assisting you, the individual, to say, oh wow, you know, is this something I would do, or can this assist me to understand whether or not I want to be closer to this or closer to that? It's just
Options.
It's teaching something,
Right.
And if it's not doing nothing to you, it's not doing nothing to you.
I agree.
Personally,
I agree.
you know, so,
listen, I agree.
you know.
I come from the mindset where I have trained myself for the last 10 years to negate judging. I really have, because I grew up in a household with a Puerto Rican mother.
Okay.
And no offense to Puerto Rican mothers out there. I love you to death. I wear the flag proudly. And I'm a mixed race baby. So I come from a black father, a Puerto Rican mother, Native American. So I have different perspectives on how I look on certain things because as a culture, we do, Puerto Rican families, especially the old school one, are very judgmental.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying my experience, okay? And especially who you are and how you behave as a woman.
Okay.
Right? Which is so funny how, you know, coming from that upbringing where you were supposed to close your legs. I still teach my daughter that. Where you speak a certain way, you act a certain way, you look a certain way.
Gotcha.
Right? We're going to go back to that. TP, what is your opinion on Amber Rose versus, I mean, her message of empowerment and Michelle Obama's message of empowerment?
Well, Amber Rose wants to be a ghetto celebrity. So her empowerment is for the disenfranchised girl in the ghettos of America who see no way out but to get naked and that's their power. They're using that pocketbook, that tool, to be successful. But that only takes you but so far. You know, now.
I mean, look at Kim Kardashian. She used her body, and now she's a complete celebrity.
Absolutely. Well, bottom line is, you know, Amber Rose hasn't taken it to the next level. You know, she is a ghetto celebrity, you know, and she's afraid to take to the next level. So her and Kim Kardashian had the right people around you. You know, she had the right people around her to push her, say, okay, you did this.
Let's do fashion.
But now we're going to take it to somewhere else. We're going to keep going. Amber Rose ain't got nobody around her telling her what to do next.
It's amazing.
I like it.
That's the problem.
That's a whole
you know?
nother perspective.
I mean, like, guess what?
Right?
The level of her success is measured by the streets of the ghetto. That's it. With Kim Kardashian's level of success, not only captured the hood, but it captured corporate American because
and now she's doing computer apps.
Did you see that?
Absolutely.
Yes, I saw that.
So actually, based on what you were saying, having this team around her to assist her to take it to the next level helped her to open her own mind to the next what the next level is. So it wasn't just about the external team. She started to gain.
Amber done peaked. She done hit Playboy. Okay. That's it. It's only one place for her to go now, but down.
Wow.
That's how she sees herself.
Okay.
And if you read her articles and the things that she say, she on her way down.
Okay,
so
see,
she's plateaued.
Okay.
Really?
As far as she's concerned, she plateaued. So there's nowhere else for her to go but down.
Okay,
so
as far as she's concerned.
She got to try to stack as little as possible. But
got it.
Instead of her getting
so
around some business savvy people. So do you think that's the reason why
she did what she did on the staircase?
Absolutely.
Like went completely rogue?
Absolutely.
Because that's the
it was nothing else
final
for her to do.
thing. Okay.
She done. She can cancel Christmas. So.
Wow.
Wait, so you don't think that Amber Rose holds any kind of message at all for women empowerment?
No.
Even about what not to do?
Right.
Well, it's still a message.
Listen, you know what? It definitely she could be the inspiration to show people what they shouldn't do.
Okay.
But I don't want her to be a role model for nobody, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Because guess what? It's more, you know, a woman is more than her curves. You know,
her body.
She brings more to the table than that. You know, and she's smarter than most women in the hood. But she's showing a lot of these young ladies that this is all you have to do to get a nice little place to live, a nice little car. But guess what? After you have a little 10-year run with that,
now
and your looks fade and the shape fade, what do you have? What can you do? Because there's no residual money coming in. So what are you gonna do?
That's where that.
So then she back to being real exotic.
Yeah.
A back and knees.
Back on the pole.
Back and knees. Always on the back. Always on the knees.
Ooh.
Let me stop. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I love that.
Say that again. Back and what?
Back and knees.
Back and knees.
You know, like, you know, exotic. You know, I'm black and Chinese. No, you're back and knees.
Oh,
always on your back.
Wow.
Always on your knees.
Oh, you know what I mean? My goodness.
I love it.
And but I still got love for you. You know.
So
I know personally. I still got love for you. But you know, you are what you are.
He's like, shout out to Amber Rose. You know, no disrespect.
Wow.
But you at the final plateau.
Hey, Pops, don't be mad at me.
Okay, so what
no
message do you think Michelle Obama brings for women's empowerment?
God. The sky's the limit.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I agree.
She I think that she has showed women in general that you can be anything you want to be, and you can sidestep any negativity and still reach your goal.
Yes.
And be successful at whatever you want to be, and be classy while doing it.
I agree completely.
I agree.
And that's
there's something I can never take that away from her.
Yes.
Everything. You know, all right, so my opinion, I agree with you. So my, you know, I'm listening to what everybody else is saying, and I'm completely engaged, and I'm so amazed at how how you guys, your mind thinks, and I'm always learning, and my opinion is formulated based on being quiet and listening more, right? So again, the feminist in me, especially because I marched on DC and I've been marching for about 5 years now since I've learned what are...
Oh God! I'm getting out of the way because I know somebody's going to cuss me out.
So we had a caller coming in. Dan is real talk. Hello?
It's your boy. Hello?
Hi. I'm sorry, who's calling?
Okay, this is Tony. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Tony. How are you?
What's up, Tony?
Good. How are you, dear?
Great.
What's going on, T?
Thank you so much for calling. What's going on?
I might be a little bit behind because I'm using my phone, so I had to switch over to make the phone call.
That's okay.
I kind of agree but disagree because culturally, we are in this country, in the European countries, we're a little bit uptight about body. Wars have been fought over a woman's body.
That's true.
So because they show a little bit more, over here, we're going, oh my goodness, this is a terrible thing. But if you go to a more
like in Europe, where they're not so uptight about
right.
body.
They're not uptight about a body. Mm-hmm. And another thing is that a thought is that hole over there. Somebody said, what does that mean?
We thought it was hair gel.
I was going to go pick a bottle up of thought. I was going to go get a jug of it. I needed it. Tony, to your point, I literally was just going to share my opinion about Amber Rose. Not so much Amber Rose versus Michelle Obama, more about women's empowerment. And I have to agree with you in that this. I don't like the fact that Amber Rose calls herself a slut. I don't like the fact that she celebrates the slut kingdom. Because quite frankly, we are using this word, and the men don't take offense what I'm about to say. These names came from you. So we as women have to say to ourselves, when does it stop? Mm-hmm. When do we stop allowing the men in society to judge how we're supposed to act, what we're supposed to look like, and how we're supposed to dress? Mm-hmm. Again, don't take offense to it. I'm just sick and tired of allowing society as a whole to judge how we're supposed to act as women. Mm-hmm. Amber Rose does not need to be laying on those stoops of the stairs with her vagina out. She doesn't need to do that. She could have done that in a different way, in a powerful way, but what she did was just allowed us to all realize that she has no self-esteem. The little self-esteem that she has had, she shelled it out already. It's like when you go to D.C., to Atlantic City, and you have your last coins left, mm-hmm, right? Mm-hmm. She shelled her last coins out. Wow. She's done. So what she did was allow me as a feminist, as a women's empowerment expert, to realize that she really used up the last of her power of what she thought was going to get our attention. No. That's not what you do, Amber. Absolutely. Tony, to your point, I feel that as women, I can wear whatever the hell I want to wear. I can walk around, and it's not for somebody to judge me. If I want to wear a cutoff shirt, that's my business. That's what I want to do with my body. I don't think anybody should tell me how I'm supposed to look or act. Mm-hmm. I'm against that completely. I'm raising girls, women, right? And I want them to be strong and independent and be self-aware, and love themselves. Amber Rose have proven to me that she does not love herself, period. Now, with that being said, I don't believe that she's not empowering women. Because just like TP said, there are a bulk of women who have no body to look up to. They have no parents, no family structure, no love. They don't have God in their lives. They have none of that. So Amber Rose is a voice to the hood chicks. Mm. And not just the hood chicks, but chicks that have lost their self-esteem. Even for girls who have been raped and their self-esteem has been taken from them. Mm. Who have been body shamed. The women who used to be big and was bullied and now they're thin, and Amber Rose was that. She's a voice for them. Mm-hmm. They can't relate to me and Lisa. Mm-hmm. They will not be able to relate to me and Lisa. They can only relate to us as far as a mindset goes, on how you can control what is going on in your life through your mindset. Amber Rose has a purpose to me. Mm-hmm. I think God uses different people, different vehicles to do different things. Mm-hmm. Right? I don't believe that we need to smash Amber Rose in the head and be like, get your ass back in a cage. I believe she's trying to do something. I just feel that showing her body parts is not the way to do it. That's just my opinion. Okay. Because my sister said it the best, Minister Bellamy. You could wear something racy and be sexy and have a message. Michelle Obama does. She wore a shirt that was down in here. Beautiful, racy, gorgeous, with grace. Yes. You can do that. You don't have to show all the goods to make a point.
I will tell you this. Amber Rose definitely needs a double dip of self-esteem. That's number one. But once again, I gotta agree with TP that she doesn't have. Listen, what's her name? What's her Kardashian?
Yes, Kardashian.
Her claim to fame is a sex tape. We're not even a rock star or singer, but the brother of one. That's where it all started from. But most people don't realize that Hart Daddy was one of O.J. Simpson's dream team lawyers.
That's true.
Her mother is tremendous in business. A ridiculously successful businesswoman. So it does.
It's the people around you. Yep.
It's the people around you. Because listen, there's a lot of women. Look, Tina Turner, back in the day, that was considered racy.
You see what I'm saying? I'm going to take it back even further.
That's true.
Josephine Baker.
Oh, yes.
Josephine Baker went up there and went topless when it was not the thing to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Again.
But once again, she did a lot of things in Europe. She did a lot of things in France.
Where they don't body shame, right? They don't body shame you. They don't body shame you in Europe. And being a black woman doing it, she's a pioneer. Again, I don't want everybody to get the idea, because I know my daughter watches the show. The idea is not to show your body to get that attention. You don't need to do that. I believe being beautiful and being smart and having an edge to you covered up is more beautiful than leaning on a stoop and showing your body parts off. Yeah. And I don't think you need to do that.
Muhammad Ali said to his daughter that everything that is of value is covered up. Diamonds are covered up beneath the earth. You gotta dig for gold. So if it's anything that's valuable, you gotta work for it. You gotta uncover it.
I agree. I agree, and I feel going back to the mindset thing, and Amber when they try to bash her. She handled it by coming outside in the streets naked and at the march. And I thought to myself, baby, you don't have to do that.
She did it at a march.
She did it at a march. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. I understand that you want to stand up for your right to be a woman. I get that. I respect that. But you don't have to do it in that way. When they were calling Michelle Obama a man, that whole thing, she's a man, and people were taking pictures of her with a bulk down there, I thought to myself, they were really trying to set Michelle up, right? But what did Michelle do? She didn't come back and come back. She didn't even respond to it. She's like, whatever. You people are beneath me. Instead, what she did was went on vacation. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to address this, right? And she did it with such style and grace. And I do believe Michelle Obama is one of the top women in the world who has done it right. Who has done it right.
Absolutely.
If there's anybody to look up to, Michelle is the one. Right. Certainly.
I will choose Michelle as my wife every time over Amber Rose.
Of course. I mean, it's hard to choose Amber Rose as a wife material based on the fact of how she, right? But how she.
You don't always say, right?
What?
Everybody want to be a porn star. Nobody want to marry one, unless you're Kanye.
Well, that, or you should just be the wife that is a porn star, but that also is to work around grace. Exactly, behind closed doors. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. As women, you can be everything. We're everything.
She's dead and stinking in the wife category.
Ooh. I agree. I agree. Tony, thank you so much for calling in. We love you. Thank you for your opinion. It means a lot. Talk to you later. Bye. He's right.
Yeah.
He's right. He's right. So, we're going to take a break really quickly. The number to call in is 888-304-4401. When we get back, we're going to talk about what Lisa's doing and where she's been hiding and where we can find her and what her next projects are. Again, this is about, we try to talk about the controversial things and what's happening today and how it relates back to mindset and how you feel about yourself, self-esteem, self-love, how you look at yourself, and how we can empower you to empower yourself. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, you're still stuck looking in the mirror. So either you're still stuck looking in the mirror. And the message is not so much to make people feel bad, but it's more, the message is to take some accountability and to look at yourself and say, okay, here's what I've done. Here's what I'm going to try to do. Here are the circumstances. How do we get you out of this? How do we, as women empowerment folks, help you rise and get to the next level and do better as women, as people? Right, Lisa?
Right. Absolutely.
So we're going to take the break. Looking forward to connecting with you guys again. Thank you so much for everybody for connecting with us. We love you guys very much, and we'll be back, all right?
Just taking a break.
With Lisa Scott. Lisa Scott in the house.